America has a problem with the Canadian right now.
Watching this Beyonce, give us some rap music.
Beyonce. What's up, Bestie Bees? It's your girl Desiree.
And it's your girl, my Lizzle.
And welcome back to the BEYHIVE podcast. For today's topic, we're not gonna mind our BEYHIVE business, and we're gonna get into this whole Kendrick versus Drake beef. But yeah.
Yes, so before we get into it, of course, we're going to give you our song of the day, week, mood, however we're feeling today.
Mm-hmm.
You have one in mind?
I don't. I'm thinking. Okay. Oh, America has a problem, of course.
Stop. I was thinking that too.
America has a problem with the Canadian right now. So I think it fits perfect. And I'm a proud American. No, I'm kidding.
Wait, that's actually crazy when you think about what we're about to talk about today and the fact that Kendrick is on there. But yeah.
He's an honorary BEYHIVE. So, of course, we're going to support him and back him up. Even also too, we are LA BEYHIVE as well, so like, come on.
Yeah, it only makes sense. But no, that song is just, it has a different energy. Even like the remix, how he comes up. Yes, that's my favorite part. It's just it adds like a different vibe. His verse like preps you for like how Beyonce is about to go in, and I just love that. Wait. What is my booty gonna do what I want to? Can't hit it one time. What the fuck? Yes.
Yeah, I love. Actually, she kind of raps on that too. I think about it.
Yeah, she definitely raps it. Tell me when I turn on the rap. I'm on my back. I pee on my back. Nigga, I'm bad.
Bad. I do like it, and I really like how the remix is an actual remix. Like it has its own sound from the original.
Yeah, so, some of her background vocals and stuff are different. And that's what I'm saying, Beyonce. Every day I get on this podcast and say Beyonce needs to rap. I hope if she's watching this, Beyonce, give us some rap music.
Beyonce, everyone's waiting for you to drop that rap album, because once you do, it's a rap for everybody.
Yeah.
Like, no one can, Beyonce will be the best rapper to ever live.
Literally, like, she goes full out with all the other genres. We just got country. We might be getting rock and roll, but like, I really want some more rap. Like, and she already kind of just sings fast too. So it's like rap is just, it's right there. It's right there.
So we're hoping.
Yes, but some updates too. So of course, again, we're talking about the rap beef, but damn. We're talking about the rap beef, but of course we're gonna have an angle that's like the BEYHIVE. But if you're not updated already, which I feel like everyone should be,
it's out there
because it's everywhere on the internet. But Kendrick Lamar and Drake are beefing and going back and forth. And J. Cole excluded himself out of it, but they are talking about family. They're talking about kids. Like, the bar is in hell at this point as far as what they're bringing.
They say, you want to go low, we going to go low.
Yeah,
we're going to go to hell with this one.
So we're going to talk about that today. That's an update. And then a Beyonce update. The Lion King movie.
Yes. It's the second line.
Yes.
Wait, did you get to say your song of the day?
Oh yeah, it was America's Got a Problem too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was making sure. But yes, it's her and Blue Ivy who are gonna play. I think Beyonce's playing Nala again, or
I think so. No. But like the older version of her, right?
Yeah, Nala and then Blue Ivy's playing Nala's daughter, which I forget the name.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I'm a little confused with this new Lion King movie because it's called Mufasa. So I'm like, wait, are they going like back kind of in time about like to learn more about Mufasa?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure.
But then also Beyonce and her like daughter playing Nala, which is like after Mufasa tragically had that. After Scar did that to his own brother.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not sure where they're going with this, but I'm excited to see it because it's like, oh, we're gonna be able to see Blue Ivy, you know, like act or voice act and see how that is. Like with her mom, I'm like, wow, that is like so beautiful. Like,
yeah, I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
I'm even wondering, like, are we gonna get music with this too?
Spirit. I hope so.
Actually, I forgot to tell you this too, but one of my coworkers, he works in film, but he came across someone that said that they had just worked on music with Beyonce, and then he like updated me and told me that when the announcement came out that they were doing Lion King, that it was for that movie, but I don't know if it's like a whole album kind of vibe or it's just like because if she's in the movie, she's gonna give us at least one song.
Yeah, she's at least gonna.
They're not gonna have Beyonce in the movie without her singing something.
No, for real. Also because I think this will be a good chance for her again to win an Oscar. I remember a long time ago she said that she would like to win like an Oscar or Grammy and an Emmy. I think it was an Emmy. And she's won all those other ones. I don't know if she's ever won an Emmy actually. But that would be pretty cool to see like them nominated, especially like her and Blue Ivy like nominated for something like that.
Right.
And it's like, wow, like you won like the big three, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm excited for that. But getting into our topic again, this rap beef. So we already been telling y'all about Threads, but the BEYHIVE on Threads have been saying that they are siding with Kendrick.
Yes. We stand with Kendrick as part of the BEYHIVE, and I think it has to do a lot with their collaboration. Even though Drake has collaborated with her, I think what is with Kendrick, well, first he said America Has a Problem, I'm an honorary BEYHIVE, you know, like solidifying he's in the BEYHIVE, so it's like, of course we're going to support him. And Drake has shown Beyonce love and support as well. I think he has that big old like picture of her.
Yeah, he has
in his
a
office.
Portrait of her in his house.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and honestly, even aside from the BEYHIVE too, I think just social media is kind of just on I don't want to say standing with Kendrick, but they think he's winning.
Yeah.
They definitely think he's winning. There has been some people coming out about standing with Kendrick, but I think it's like just loyalty to California too.
Oh yes, the like, LA BEYHIVE. Because we are part of the LA BEYHIVE.
Yes.
And it's like, okay, we like no brainer, we're gonna support Kendrick, you know, being from or living in LA.
Right.
And everything.
That's what I was gonna say. It was kind of like people that you expect, like the last song that he dropped. What is it called again? Ain't what?
Not Like Us.
Not Like Us. Yeah. DJ Mustard produced it, and he already said like, kind of told Kendrick to just like do what you need to do, and he tweeted about kind of just support, basically giving us. Telling us without telling us that he's supporting Kendrick, and then Sir has been blatantly supporting Kendrick since since it all started. He's been keeping score. Even somebody random, but Lakeith Stanfield has been his Instagram posts do just be so random, but he's literally like in his notes keeping score. And then like screenshotting it and posting it to Instagram.
He's the scorekeeper.
So it literally says like one of his. I think the last one was like 5-0, and it's like Kendrick, and that's all the post is. And I think that's hilarious. But I think Lakeith is from like San Bernardino or something. So again, still like Californians. But yeah, it's been. I kind of think it wasn't expected. I mean, it was definitely expected. Sorry that the BEYHIVE and Beyonce fans are standing with Kendrick.
Yes, I think it's because out of the collabs they've all had, her and Kendrick has been the most recent. Yeah, and then I also want to say too, because for BEYHIVE, I think we do care about like lyrics and creativity, and I think that's why maybe we might lean more towards Kendrick, because he definitely is like, in my opinion, the better lyricist out of both of the two, and with like his creativity and everything, it's like, and then also too, it's just like, I think morals, like what Kendrick is saying and everything is like, dang, like, oof, like he really got him like with a lot of like being a freak and all these other allegations.
Freaky ass. Okay, so a little like right click, but if a California ever calls you weird or freaky, that is an insult. Do not think that's it's not something that should be taken lightly at all. For so real. Kendrick calling Drake calling him freaky is not saying like, oh, he's like, it's not a sexual thing. Someone that's like, oh yeah, I'm freaky. Like, no, it's a bad thing. But I thought that was funny that he said that.
That he said all that. No, but when he came, it's like, maybe even if you're not from California, and I just think like, come on, I think it's like obvious of who won here, or it's just, I don't know what can Drake really say. And also, someone else pointed this out as well that I seen on social media of like, this just tells you what their values and morals are. Like, it seems like Drake, he values more of like the fame and the numbers of like, well, my album did this and the numbers and all of this, and Kendrick cares more about like culture, currency, and actually like being a lyricist and an artist, you know. So I would say, like, I'm just thinking like, I really feel like it's perspective of like who you would side with. Yeah, like if you care more about the numbers than I guess Drake, but you know, I just feel like what Kendrick said is like, I don't know how you're gonna come back from this, Drake, because he hasn't like shot back at like the pedophile allegations. Yeah, definitely. Which is like, I don't know too much about that, but I'm like, well, no, I have heard some things like updated now of like where that came from. So I'm like, wait, like, did I miss something with Drake? Like, where's that coming from?
Yeah, there's been a few instances where people kind of like suspected that he liked younger women. Yeah, for sure.
Also, because in Canada, I guess the consenting age is 16, and I guess like on stage there's a video of him on stage like with the 17-year-olds, and he's like kind of like hugging up on her or something, and says something like kind of inappropriate, and some other things like with Bobby Millie. What's her name? Bobby Millie Brown? That's her name?
I think so, yeah. Bobby Brown? From
Stranger Things? Yeah, like, I think she said like, oh yeah, her and Drake text. But then Drake was like, no, it's not like that or whatever. But people were like, wait, like, can we trust that now?
Yeah, that was a thing too. Even though, okay, so I'm trying not to be biased, even though, like, in my heart, biased. I do stand with Kendrick, but, like, Kendrick also has allegations of beating his wife, too.
But I heard that
and domestic violence. Honestly, I really hate how in this beef, women are kind of getting the strays. Like, to everyone, it's kind of like, oh, these are bars, but, like, these are actually serious allegations. For sure, aside from it, you know, just being like a cultural moment, like these are things that need to be taken serious. Yeah. So like what they're saying on both ends is like, it's not good. But I think as far as like the approach to it, they I would say Kendrick is definitely getting Drake, but Kendrick also is he's getting Drake back. He's gotten Drake back to back, like with like Euphoria? What is it? Meet the Grams. Oh yeah. And then he dropped Not Like Us, like before Drake even got a chance to respond to Meet the Grams, and then he dropped Meet the Grams 10 minutes after Drake dropped Family Matters. So it's like Kendrick is like locked and loaded. Clearly, he's ready. But
he dropped a whole EP at this point.
Right. I think kind of like you said too, how like Kendrick is very like, he's into the lyrics and he's a better like lyricist in a way. I think they just serve two different purposes too, because as far as like getting paid, numbers do matter. And Drake is one of the most listened to artists like in the world. So that is something that I can see like being an important thing, but Kendrick's approach to artistry, it does have a deeper meaning, and it does serve like a purpose to like keep people informed about like, you know, what's going on in the community and things like that. But
I even heard that he said he did address the domestic violence allegations, like not like right now, but in the past he's touched on that, like him and his wife going through it and like cheating on her and everything. So I'm like, okay, he's aware of it and everything.
Yeah.
It's like one of those things where it's like he said it himself. So like, can you really come for him for that when like he's already confessed? It kind of reminds me of like that one Eminem, or that 8 Miles when he like dished out all his dirt, and the other rapper he's like, what can you say now? Like I am a what do you say, like something, I forgot, like that one scene where they was doing the rap battle.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I didn't really get into that movie though, which somebody probably gonna be like, what? I know that's a movie that like you're supposed to see. But I know what scene you're talking about.
Okay, yeah. So it reminded me of that moment of like, oh, like if he already says this, like what, and then but like what more can Drake say about Kendrick? Unless it's like something like we really don't know about him.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh dang, like I didn't know about this about Kendrick, but Kendrick, he talked to your son, like I'm sorry, that man's your father.
Yeah, they're honestly both hitting below the belt, but I think with Kendrick it's like his songs, he's going in on Drake the whole time, and Drake's in like Family Matters, Drake is also addressing like A$AP Rocky, he's addressing
everybody.
Yeah,
but Kendrick's like, no, I'm coming for you, and I really like this. What I sometimes don't like about like diss tracks, because I'm nosy. Who are you talking about? I want names. I want government names. Okay, like who are you talking about? I want to be for sure of who this is to, not like some like petty or like we know who you're talking about, but you're not saying the name. Like no, like I want to know who directly are you saying? Who are you talking about? So I really like that they both name dropped, or just like we know who you're talking about.
They're being very direct.
Yes, and Kendrick made a club, but yesterday people were playing it in Vegas in the clubs. Like this is a club hit.
Yeah, and I guess that was another thing too. Before like he dropped Not Like Us, people were like, because that is one thing I will give Drake, and I kind of touched on it already, but like Drake makes like club hits, like he makes radio hits. The replay value is like it's gonna be on and on because it's Drake. But people were kind of like using that against Kendrick because it's like his music be kind of like think pieces, like you're not gonna hear it was like certain, like Euphoria, you wouldn't hear that in the club, and that was the criticism that he was getting. But then it's like, okay, you could tell he's on the internet, because then when he dropped this, it was like, okay, and it's a LA hit, it's a California hit, and then he even in the song mentioned like something about the Bay Area and not playing about Tupac, and I bet Oakland is gonna be your last stop and stuff. So it's like, oh,
he can't come to LA. He can't come to LA no more. I'm sorry, Drake, but you cannot step foot in LA no more. No one's gonna fuck with you, like
man. And it's like the Bay Area and LA go back and forth, so it's like, damn, this song really is bringing California together.
Kendrick is unifying the people from a beef. Like that's crazy that his music could do that. Like you're not just dissing Drake, but you also made a club banger, and then now you're unifying the Bay and LA, or just whole California as a whole, America as a whole.
I honestly can't wait to go to the day parties and they play it, because I want to put this.
Oh, do my little step.
I already been. When I tell you the videos I've seen behind the song, as far as like Beyonce, I already seen Single Ladies. I already seen the Get Me Body video.
Wait, to that, like they put the song over that?
Yeah. I already seen, not Beyonce related, but you know the Raven, That's So Raven episode where it's like, you could tell the song that they're playing is supposed to be Crazy in Love, but it's not Crazy in Love. Yeah. And she's like, this is my jam. But they replaced that song with the Kendrick Lamar song. Like, I'm really loving all of this right now.
No, I saw people say, like, no, Kendrick knew that LA niggas was gonna dance to this. Like, that's why he dropped it. And it's like, oh, I can't make club bangers? Okay, bet. And then he came back with that. It was like...
And still going crazy with the dishes.
The first day, too, because the person who posted it being at like some pool party in Vegas was Rick Ross. Mm-hmm. And then I think Rick Ross was like, what she gonna say now, man? Like, everybody over here saying OVO.
Man, I even seen like a video in New York too, where they were like in the club listening to it. And you know, New York and like
not Kendrick unifying the West Coast and East. Has it finally? Well, I don't know if it's still a thing, but like East Coast versus West Coast, like. Is it finally over now? Like, are we finally unified? And was Kendrick the reason?
They were definitely listening to it in the club, turning up. And I remember seeing a tweet and somebody was like, they seen like people's reactions in real time, like for the first time hearing it too in that setting. So I can't wait to go outside and hear it.
No, same.
I mean, I feel like at this point it's kind of obvious, but like, who do you think Beyonce would side with for real?
Beyonce is gonna mind her own business, but deep down,
very true.
I feel like it would be Kendrick. I feel like she would say it. Maybe she'll just tell her and Jay-Z, or you probably like Kiki, like you know which one we gonna pick. But I don't think she would ever tell us or even hint or whatever, because she's worked with both of them. So I know there's like she has relationships with both of them from that. So I don't know if she would even like want to put her. I don't think she would even put herself in this at all.
But like personally, she's probably probably siding with Kendrick.
Probably siding with Kendrick. I'm gonna ask Jay-Z, like, cause you know he's rapper and he's been in beef like with him and Nas. Mm-hmm. So it's like, who would you go with, Jay-Z? You know, like since he's like one of the OGs, like I would wonder like what his opinion is on this.
Yeah,
you know,
right. I would love to hear that too, actually, for sure. But okay, getting into like. Just aside from the beef, we're like breaking down like the collabs that they both have had with Beyonce too. So we know Kendrick was on Renaissance with America Has a Problem. Well, actually, it wasn't on Renaissance, but you know that era, America Has a Problem remix. And then we got Freedom on Lemonade, and they like have performances together and stuff like that.
Yes, they performed Freedom and America Has a Problem.
Yeah,
on stage together.
I know you wanted to get into just like their similarities in like their career.
Oh yes, so I think there is similarities between Kendrick and Beyonce, just how they approach music. I think from like a lyrical standpoint, and for each of them, when you listen to their album, I feel like you have to listen to it from beginning to end to get like the full picture. Yeah. And I feel like they both do a good job at just seeing the bigger picture. There's always like a deeper meaning, a bigger picture from like each of their albums. And anytime they drop, I always see videos of people analyzing it like by verse of like what they're trying to say, and if they're referencing anything like cultural wise and tying it all together, and even like referencing themselves, you know. And I got this idea from a TikTok I saw of a girl explaining it, and I was like, yeah, that's really true. And she even called him the rap Beyonce, like the Beyonce, rap Beyonce, which I know can be debatable, but Kendrick is my favorite rapper, so I am very biased when it comes to this. But I think so I'm not surprised that the BEYHIVE is showing a lot of support for Kendrick. Yeah. Because there's just some similarities of how he approaches his music, and I think it kind of reminds us of Beyonce.
Yeah, definitely. No, I agree with that. Kendrick is definitely one of my favorites too, but I was a Drake fan for so
No, I was too. I'm not gonna
long. Like, I was. But when I say Drake fan, like Drake was my most listened to artist for like years in a row. Mm-hmm. Like, I can't pinpoint the exact years, but I want to say that didn't change until I got into Beyonce. Like, and it's all, I think my top 10 have always been like women artists as far as like who I've listened to the most, you know, that the unwrapped you get at the end of the year with Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
But Drake was, it was even one year I was in the top 0.5% of listeners. Like, I was listening to Drake heavy.
Dang. I actually, when I listened to Drake the most is when he dropped Views.
Mm-hmm.
And so that album for me is very nostalgic. I think that's the right word. Because of, like, I can just remember, like, I was 18, about to, like, graduate high school. And, like, that time in my life is very, like, significant for me.
Mm-hmm.
So when that album came out, I just, like, really liked it and really, like, no, I've always like even before that. If you're reading this, it's too late. That album as well, I really liked. So it's like, dang, like I think Drake as an artist, love, but then as a person and just hearing all this stuff, it's like, oof.
Yeah, I always like knew that he was definitely corny, but I kind of liked it. But I've always been like a Kendrick Lamar fan too, just because I grew up with a big older brother, so like I was listening to Kendrick and Drake out of the gate, like 2009 Drake, 2010.
Ooh, shout out to your brother. Somebody put you on a lot.
He put me onto a lot of great music. But so I'm like, I kind of fell off with Drake though, so it's really hard for me to say. But thinking about like Drake's collaborations with Beyonce, we have Mine on the self-titled album, which is one of my personal favorites too.
Yeah, same.
And then we have Can I.
What is that from? Can I?
So
or just a single?
Can I was a song that actually got leaked. But then when he did like a mixtape, it's like a care package mixtape that he put together a couple years ago with just unreleased songs that everybody already knew. So it's on there. But it got leaked like when we were in high school.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, I remember having to go to like a website to find it.
Oh shoot!
And listen to it there, but it was a leaked song.
I don't think I've heard it. I don't think I heard it until 2020.
Yeah, it came out when we were in high school.
Dang,
probably around that same time as the self-titled album.
Maybe actually I have. My memory, I mean, I think high school is getting like far away now, but so I don't remember. But it was not that far away. We're not that old, y'all. But
right. But and then of course you talked about Drake having like the portrait of Beyonce in his house. So they both definitely love Beyonce. Oh, and then Drake has a whole song called "Girls Love Beyonce."
I don't know if I've ever heard that song. I think I've heard the name, but not the song.
It's a really good song, and they even like sample "Say My Name."
Wait, no, I feel like I heard it.
I was about to sing it, but I'm like, the song they literally sing "Say My Name," so it would have been the same thing. Say my name, say my name.
Oh, that's funny.
It seems
like Drake is a fan of Beyonce, like really admires her. So I'm like, okay, I can appreciate that. But out of all the collabs, like, who do you like more, like Kendrick Beyonce or Drake Beyonce?
It's hard.
Y'all can answer this too. Let us know in the comments. But yeah, who would you choose?
I think I'm stuck because
well, I think it could be because it's like, let's just like do like from like an artist perspective, not like as a person. Yeah. Cause I think that's where it gets tricky. It's like,
Drake, I think I'm even confused on the artist side too, just because I feel like Drake and Kendrick don't make the same kind of music.
Yeah, so it's hard to compare.
So it's like, it depends on what mood I am in.
I think, oh no, sorry, go ahead.
You're good. I do appreciate, like, I would love to hear a Drake and Beyonce song. Like, they could make a great summer anthem. Like, as like a getting outside. And when Drake made more music for women, like, he did it so well. So I'm like, I would love a song like that from Drake and Beyonce. They could do that well. But Kendrick and Beyonce, they could get deep. Clearly, they could both rap on the song, but like rap for real.
If they had like a collaboration album, rap album, definitely going to tune into that.
But it's hard to say because I fell off with Drake lately. Like, he hasn't been giving me.
The last album I heard was that Nevermind.
Honestly, Nevermind.
Yeah, and I like that album.
Right.
Because they came out in 2022.
Before I forget, Drake co-wrote on Heated.
Heated, yes, that's true. Dang, so they have worked together 3 times technically.
Yeah.
Or that we know of.
And that's crazy because that's like both of those songs were on Renaissance too. Now, I completely forgot about that.
Dang, this is getting hard.
Dang, that makes me have to say Drake. That might have settled it. Because Heated, like, I always tell you Virgo's Groove was my favorite song on Renaissance. But Heated is right after Virgo's Groove. You got me.
Heated.
Yeah. Who would you choose?
It's getting hard. Right. Because bringing up Heated, but I'm like, am I being influenced to say Drake? But it's like, I think I am being biased. Maybe I'm not even looking at it from an artist perspective, like I said I was trying to do, because I'm like, I just want to say Kendrick, because Kendrick, like, is my favorite. Like, those are my top 2 artists, Kendrick and Beyonce. Mm-hmm. But it's like, that Mine...
Yeah, that was a hit.
I just really like that song, and I even like the dance that she does to it, or how like she performs to that dance. But they actually never performed together, like her and Drake, and I always wanted them to for that song. But and then also I seen Kendrick and Beyonce both on stage together, and that was just like a moment that I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'll never forget. And so I feel like that's why I'm gravitating more towards Kendrick. I think all together, but I will say, out of the collaborations, I like America Has a Problem more than Can I, but I like Mine more than Freedom.
Yeah.
So that's just like, it's tied. But then Drake co-wrote on Heated, and I really like Heated.
And it was like the main part to that.
Yeah.
Never had a girl with a mind like this.
Yes. But then also too, Drake just gives me very, like, misogynistic now, like, misogyny.
Yeah.
And I don't think, so from that and, like, what he's known for, his brand now, I don't know if Beyonce would collaborate with him again. Mm-hmm. Because it wouldn't make sense, because she's all about women empowerment and everything, and uplifting, like, women. Not, like, where all my dogs at?
Yeah.
You know, like, she ain't gonna do all that, like...
I really do miss him making music for women.
Yes.
For sure.
But if he ever got back to that... then I could see that as a possibility of him and Beyonce collaborating, and I'm sure it would be a hit. I'm not gonna lie to you.
They could really make some good, like a good summer song, a good club song.
I kind of wish she was on Heated now. Like, maybe, like, so even, that Heated or Renaissance?
You said Heated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I meant Renaissance. Like, I wish I heard, like, one song, at least, for him to be on. But, I said Heated because, since he co-wrote, I'm like, oh, like, it would have been cool if maybe she left, like, some of his vocals on it or something like that. But, yeah, I don't know if I even answered the question. But
I think both of us are trying to figure out in our head, because it's like, okay, this is what Drake brings to the table, and this is what Kendrick brings to the table.
I think it's also different moods.
Yeah.
Like, because if I'm in my, like, justice mode, I'm going to freedom, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if I'm in, like, my
like a feel good kind of like,
yeah, I'm gonna probably do like my like America Has a Problem, and then there's a different mood for like Mine and Can I. I think like when I'm just like chilling or just like cause I'm thinking like, what is all I'm really asking for? You know, I just want to say you're mine. I'm like, what would I be doing like listening to that song? Just like vibing, you know, like being somewhere like maybe on the beach. I think that's more of that vibe.
There could be a vibe too, like their chemistry.
Yeah, like I could, like how you're saying, like I think I could really see them making like a summer anthem and everything. And now that you say that, I'm like, dang, like I don't know if we're ever gonna get that.
Yeah,
because of
where Drake is right now,
messing up, and Kendrick. I think she would have to. Probably like collaborate with Kendrick, or I'm thinking like with Kendrick. Well, no, I don't think they would like take it personal, like, oh, you're collaborating with my enemy or whatever, because it's business at the end of the day.
Right. And Beyonce be having music in the vault.
And who? Right? Maybe she does. I'm pretty sure they have more music together.
Yeah.
Or maybe even if she like her rap songs, and if she does make a rap album, I'm sure she would like collaborate with them.
Probably.
You know.
Yeah. Who would you choose though?
What do you mean?
Who would you choose? Like as far as like collaboration wise, like your favorites. We've both been like thinking out loud, like there's both, but I want you to say, okay, it's this person. Yeah.
Let me. I'm gonna say Kendrick. I can't help it. I'm gonna say Kendrick.
Respectfully.
So yeah.
Yeah. No, I get that. I would say, as far as like the rap beef, though, personally, I would say Kendrick too.
Oh yeah.
But I think like if what takes the cake as far as collabs is like if I could have a certain kind of Drake. But I think I don't know. I really feel what Kendrick is saying in the beef too. Like Drake is kind of like cosplaying whoever he works with. So he's been collaborating with 21 and Future, and you know, so it's like that's the kind of music they make. That's the kind of vibe he's gonna give. But I'm like, if he works with Beyonce, it might be a different vibe. But collaboration wise, I'm gonna say Drake. But the beef, I have to go with Kendrick.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Kendrick. Actually, I don't know why I even gave that long explanation, because I'm like, Kendrick is my favorite artist. Beyonce's my favorite artist. So it's like, obviously, like, I have to go with both of my favorite artists together.
I get it though, because Drake makes great music. Like
he does.
His talent is definitely undeniable. Like he has hits, like a lot of hits. But you know, it just depends on your preference.
Yeah,
like your cup of tea.
Yes, your preference. I think the mood, like what kind of mood you're going for, it is can be tough to decide. But yeah, I'm going with Drake. Not Drake. Oh my gosh, I'm going with Kendrick on this. And I think even for me personally, it's just now it's like hard to even like look at Drake the same way or like listen to his music. But it's like I'm not, because I don't know. I never want to front and be like, oh yeah, I always like Kendrick, whatever. Which is the case. Like I'm a big fan of Kendrick, but I'm also a fan of Drake.
Yeah,
you know, up until now, I'm just like, wait. Am I like, I don't know now, like am I a Drake fan now?
Yeah.
It's getting a little, I don't know.
It's hard to say.
It's hard. I'm like, how are you gonna come back from this, Drake? Like, please show proof that these allegations aren't true. Yeah. Because if they are, then my moral compass cannot support that.
Yeah. But yes, you guys let us know too in the comments, like how you feel about this beef. What collaborations do you like better? Do you like Beyonce and Drake, Beyonce and Kendrick? Let us know, and maybe we'll put like a question too on like for Apple Music and Spotify, so they can answer
let us know your guys' true thoughts.
Yes,
honest. Be honest. Be real.
Please leave the paragraphs. I want to really get into this too. This is the time you.
Oh yeah. Now y'all can leave your opinion.
Right. Yes. But thank you guys so much for tuning in again. Yes. I think this was a fun conversation because it's really like what's going on right now. I love it. It really made us like think too, like damn, we had to break some stuff down. But yes, let us know what you guys think, what your favorite songs are from both of the collaborations, and you know where to find us: Twitter, Instagram,
Threads.
I almost said Facebook. Maybe we need to make a Facebook.
True.
Yes, Threads, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and we'll see you guys next time.
Yes, bye.
Bye.